One of the promises he made to the hard-right holdouts in order to become Speaker was that House Republicans will use their razor-thin majority in the House to try to freeze federal spending in fiscal year 2024 to fiscal year 2022 levels. Let me bring that down in plain English. This means cutting $130 billion out of the federal budget that Congress just passed last month. $130 billion is nothing to sneeze at. Now, how are they going to do it? What's on the Republican agenda in terms of cuts? Speaker McCarthy won't say. Neither will the House Republicans. What they have said is they plan to use the debt ceiling as leverage to try to get their way. What is the debt ceiling? Let me give an example. Last night you went to a restaurant with your family. You had a wonderful meal and you paid for it with a credit card. In a couple weeks you're going to get a bill from your credit card company saying now it's time to pay for that wonderful meal. That's our debt ceiling. If we don't pay those bills on a timely basis, it raises a question as to whether we're credible or reliable. And those people who loan us money, if they worry about whether the United States is going to pay its debts, are going to demand higher interest rates to protect their purchase of U.S. securities. That's the bottom line. We have never, underline, never defaulted on a national debt and debt ceiling in our history. And as a consequence, the United States enjoys a solid reputation for financial stability. Well, Speaker McCarthy has decided to put that on the chopping block. Let's get right up to the 11th hour and see if we're going to extend the debt ceiling. It's within his power to stop it, and that's his threat. What we've said to him is, if you have something, a plan for cutting spending or raising taxes, which is unlikely, if you have a plan for cutting spending, be honest with us. Tell us what it is. Some of the proposals are incredible.
Hello, friends. I have breaking news to share with you today. President Biden has just announced a new update on federal loans. There is a growing number of lawmakers in Congress from both parties that now support reinstating federal crisis relief programs. This may mean automatic deposits of monthly stimulus checks. Friends, please do make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of these details. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community and joining me here every day, I will be announcing 2 winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the giveaways, all you have to do, friends, is make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the more likely your chances of winning these weekly giveaways. The American Rescue Plan Act was the most recent crisis relief bill that was passed in Washington, D.C. There were many parts to this legislation, but parents especially benefited from an expansion of the child tax credit. The extra funds provided by the child tax credit were available only in 2021, as parents could not access the stimulus money in 2022. But there is a big chance that lawmakers could take action in 2023 to make child tax credit funds available to families. The American Rescue Plan Act provided payments of $1,400 to eligible adults and dependents, regardless of their parental status. But the expanded child tax credit was actually worth even more to some families. This credit provided parents of children under 6 years old with $3,600 per child in tax credits. This money was fully refundable. And parents with older children were also entitled to $3,000 per child, which was also fully refundable. This was a substantial expansion of the existing child tax credit that provided just $2,000 for parents, and only $1,400 of the money could be refunded if you did not owe enough taxes to claim the full credit. So many lower and middle income families were left out. The expanded child tax credit was also made more useful to families because it was paid out monthly beginning in June 2021, rather than just being available after filing taxes. Millions of families did not have to wait until tax filing season to receive their money, or see their money disappear towards their tax bills if they owed one. Instead, they received a payment to their bank account each month from June to December of 2021. So the credit was instrumental in reducing child poverty rates, and it provided parents some much-needed breathing room. Then, it sadly had disappeared. Many Democrats made continuing this credit a priority in 2022, but the Biden administration was unsuccessful in getting a bill passed that would have provided more stimulus money to parents. Some of the more conservative lawmakers on the left were not on board, and a continuation of the expanded credit couldn't get enough support to be included in the legislation. The good news, my friends, is that there are a number of prominent Republicans who are actually supporting expanding the child tax credit. While their ideas for offering this money differ, the fact there is a bipartisan consensus that this type of help is needed for parents could mean that there is a chance that lawmakers from both sides of the aisle will finally come together to find a compromise. Last August, President Biden announced these changes would be coming along with student loan forgiveness of up to $20,000 for borrowers who earn less than $125,000 a year, which is currently paused awaiting a Supreme Court decision. All student loan borrowers with direct federal loans are eligible for the repay payment plans. The updates to repay will be open for public comment for 30 days and may start to take effect later this year. Lawmakers have proposed changes to the legislation. Under the proposed plan, payments would be capped at 5% of the discretionary income. Under the proposed plan, payments would be capped at 5% of the discretionary income, and the standard of discretionary income would rise to 225% of the poverty level. Federally, that's roughly $30,500 for single households. The proposed change would eliminate additional interest after a borrower's monthly payment is applied. So that means borrowers who qualify for a zero monthly payment would not see additional interest growing on their balances. President Biden's proposal would consider the borrower's original loan balance to determine forgiveness eligibility. Those who borrowed $12,000 or less would be eligible for loan forgiveness after 10 years of monthly payments. Every $1,000 borrowed above that amount would add 1 year of payments before forgiveness eligibility. So friends, what are your thoughts about the student loan forgiveness plan? Well, my beautiful and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. My friends, I want to say thank you so much for joining me here every day and for being part of this community. I will be giving away 2 $75 Walmart gift cards this coming Friday. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaways, all you have to do, friends, is click and like several of my videos and do comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you watch and then leave a comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.